Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really focusing on expanding your English vocabulary.
Yeah, we've picked out 30 words from the Oxford 5000 list.
Okay.
These are Group 61, words 1801 to 1830. Pretty useful stuff for intermediate learners.
Exactly. And our mission really is just to help you get comfortable with them. Clear explanations, lots of examples.
Let's jump right in. Ready?
Okay. First word. Terminal. Basically, this means the end of something or a place where things end.
Right. Like the bus arrived at its terminal, or sometimes, sadly, his illness was terminal.
You also hear it for travel hubs. The airport has multiple terminals.
And in projects, we're in the terminal phase of the project.
Or even contracts. The contract had a terminal date.
Okay, and related is the verb terminate, to actually end something.
Yeah, like the company had to terminate his contract.
Or more simply, please terminate the call now.
You could also hear, the agreement was terminated early.
Or they terminated the construction due to safety concerns.
One more. The software will terminate automatically.
Good examples. Next up.
Terms. This one has a few meanings, often about conditions or relationships.
Sure. Like, what are the terms of this agreement? That's the conditions part.
But also relationships. They're on good terms with their neighbors.
Or how a discussion ends. The discussion ended on amicable terms.
It can mean specific words, too. We use specific technical terms in this field.
And finances. The payment terms are clearly stated.
Okay, moving on to terrain. This is about land, its physical features.
Exactly, like the terrain was quite rocky.
Or they explored the hilly terrain.
You need the right equipment sometimes. This vehicle can handle rough terrain.
Farmers, think about it. Farmers need to understand the local terrain.
And historically, the battle occurred on difficult terrain.
All right, now for an adverb. Terribly. It means very badly, or sometimes just very.
Yeah, like the weather is terribly hot today. That just means very.
Or expressing regret, I'm terribly sorry for the delay.
It can mean very well, too, interestingly. She played terribly well in the concert.
But often negative. He was terribly upset by the news.
And describing something frustrating, the traffic was terribly slow.
Okay, and the opposite. Terrific, which means, well, very good.
Right, like the movie was terrific.
Or praising someone. She did a terrific job on the presentation.
Describing an experience. We had a terrific time on vacation.
Agreeing enthusiastically. That's a terrific idea.
And people. He's a terrific athlete.
Next, a strong verb. Terrify. To frighten someone a lot.
Yeah, like common fears. Spiders terrify many people.
Or sudden noises. The loud thunder terrified the baby.
Overcoming fear. The thought of flying used to terrify her.
A warning. Don't try to terrify your little sister.
Or intention. The scary movie was meant to terrify.
Okay, closely related words coming up. First, territory. An area often under some control.
Could be political. This is our protected territory.
Or claiming land. They claim the new island is their territory.
Animals do it too. Birds often defend their territory.
In business, the company is expanding into new market territories.
And, practically, understanding the sales territory is key.
Then there's terror. The feeling of extreme fear.
Yes. The hostages lived in terror, a really strong emotion.
Or affecting a place. A wave of terror gripped the city.
A sudden feeling. She felt a moment of sheer terror. Recounting events. The survivors recounted the terror of the earthquake.
Or future fear. The thought of failure filled him with terror. And that leads to terrorism. The use of violence usually for political aim.
And attributing acts. The bombing was attributed to terrorists.
Okay, shifting gears slightly. Testify. This means to give evidence, usually in court.
Yeah, like he agreed to testify against his former colleague.
Or being called upon. She was called to testify in the trial.
Scheduling. The witness will testify this afternoon.
The request. They asked him to testify about what he saw.
And the impact. Her testimony helped resolve the case.
Which brings us to...
Testimony. The actual statement or evidence given.
Exactly. Her testimony confirmed his alibi.
Lawyers use it. The lawyer presented compelling testimony.
Its importance. The witness provided crucial testimony.
Contradictions. His testimony contradicted the other evidence.
And the process. We need to gather more testimony.
All right, next is testing, the process of checking if something works.
Very common in tech and engineering. The new software is undergoing thorough testing.
Stages. We are still in the testing phase.
Safety. Regular safety testing is essential. Scale. They conducted extensive testing on the new engine.
Results. The results of the initial testing were encouraging. Now for textbook, a book used for study.
Simple enough. I need to buy a biology textbook.
Its purpose. The textbook explains the concepts clearly.
Instructions. Students should read Chapter 5 in their textbook.
Common usage. This is a widely used university textbook.
Quality. The textbook provides up-to-date information.
Okay, texture. This is about how something feels to touch.
Right. The silk fabric has a smooth texture.
Or the opposite. I like the rough texture of this stone.
Food has it too. The cake had a lovely light texture.
Variety. Different foods have different textures.
And art. The artist focused on the texture of the paint.
Thankfully, used to express relief.
Yes, like when something bad didn't happen. Thankfully, no one was injured in the accident.
Weather. Thankfully, the rain held off for the outdoor event.
Finding things. Thankfully, they found their lost keys.
Timing. Thankfully, she arrived just in time.
Resources. Thankfully, we had enough supplies.
Next, theatrical. Relating to the theater, or maybe just overly dramatic.
Yeah, could be behavior. His reaction was quite theatrical, exaggerated.
Describing someone, she has a very theatrical personality.
Plays, obviously. The play had a very theatrical atmosphere, stagecraft. They used theatrical lighting to enhance the drama, or public figures. The politician made a theatrical gesture.
Okay, theft, the act of stealing.
Simple definition. There has been a rise in bicycle theft.
Types of theft. He was arrested for shoplifting, which is a form of theft. High-value items. The museum reported the theft of several artifacts.
Common problems. Car theft is a common problem in some cities.
And modern issues. She was a victim of identity theft online.
Right, then theology, the study of religion and God.
Like an academic subject, she has a degree in theology.
Focus areas. The book explores different aspects of Christian theology. Branches. There are many different branches of theology.
Specific religions. His research focuses on Islamic theology.
Impact. Debates within theology have shaped history.
Theoretical. Based on ideas or theory, not necessarily proven practice.
Yeah, abstract concepts. This is a theoretical possibility, but unlikely in reality.
Implications. They discuss the theoretical implications of the research.
Frameworks. This is a theoretical framework for understanding the issue.
Knowledge type. He has a strong theoretical understanding of physics.
But can connect to reality. The research has both theoretical and practical applications.
Next, therapist. Someone who provides therapy, often for mental or emotional health.
Seeking help. He decided to see a therapist to deal with his anxiety.
Personal experience, my therapist has been very supportive.
Finding the right one. She found a good therapist who specializes in trauma.
The environment. The therapist provided a safe and confidential space.
Positive step. Finding the right therapist can be a positive step.
Okay, 2 slightly formal adverbs now. Thereafter, meaning after that.
Right, shows sequence. He graduated in 2010 and thereafter began his career.
Problem solving. The initial problems were resolved, and thereafter the project ran smoothly.
Relationships. They met in college and lived together thereafter.
Business growth. The restaurant opened last year, and its popularity grew rapidly thereafter.
Cause and effect. The company invested heavily, and profits increased significantly thereafter.
And thereby, meaning as a result of that action, shows consequence.
Exactly. He lost his job, thereby losing his main source of income. Environment. The new regulations restrict development, thereby protecting the environment. Personal growth. She improved her communication skills, thereby increasing her confidence. Business strategy. They lowered their prices, thereby attracting more customers.
Effort and result. He worked diligently, thereby achieving his goals.
Good one. Next, thesis. Usually a long research paper for a university degree.
Yep. She is currently writing her master's thesis.
The topic. His thesis examined the impact of climate change. The effort. Writing a thesis requires extensive research and analysis.
Process. The university approved her thesis proposal.
Completion. He successfully defended his doctoral thesis.
Okay, thorough, meaning careful, detailed, complete.
Like an investigation. They conducted a thorough investigation into the incident.
Cleaning. She did a thorough job of cleaning the apartment. Very well done.
Explaining. He gave a thorough explanation of the technical issues.
Medical checks. The doctor performed a thorough physical examination.
Reviewing. We need to do a thorough review of the financial reports.
And the adverb form is thoroughly, doing something in that careful, detailed way.
Right. Enjoyment. I thoroughly enjoyed the performance, meaning very much.
State of being. The room had been thoroughly cleaned and tidied. Completely.
Checking. He thoroughly checked all the equipment before starting.
Preparation. She thoroughly prepared for the presentation.
Being impressed. We were thoroughly impressed by their professionalism.
Almost there. Thought-provoking. Makes you think seriously.
Yeah, something that stimulates ideas. The documentary was very thought-provoking.
Questions.
That's a thought-provoking question that doesn't have an easy answer.
Books. Her latest novel is a thought-provoking exploration of identity. Art. The exhibition offered a thought-provoking perspective on current events.
Discussions. They had a thought-provoking discussion about the future.
And related? Thoughtful. Showing care and consideration for others. Or just thinking carefully.
Yes, like kindness. It was very thoughtful of you to remember my birthday.
Describing a person? She is known for being a kind and thoughtful person. Gestures. He sent a thoughtful card expressing his condolences.
Conversations. They had a thoughtful conversation about their concerns.
Advice. His thoughtful advice helped me make a decision.
Okay, last one for this group. Thread. A thin strand for sewing or a connecting theme.
Right, the literal sense first. She used a needle and thread to sew on the button.
Nature. The spider spun a delicate thread.
Clothing issues. There was a loose thread hanging from the seam.
But also figuratively. The story had several different narrative threads that intertwined, like different plot lines.
Yeah, or following an argument. He followed the main thread of the argument.
Phew, that's 30 words. Hopefully that deep dive helped make them clearer for you.
Absolutely. We gave you the basics, some examples. Now the key is for you to try them out. Use them when you speak, when you write.
That's really how they stick. So maybe think about this. How will actively using these new words actually, open up new ways for you to communicate and understand English better?
Good question to ponder. Join us next time for another deep dive.